Good evening. I just thought, yes I have, I've got music. I've got double sound on there, that's not good. I had like an echo. So good evening, it's Wednesday. We don't normally do Wednesdays, but we are now. So tonight I have some new stamps. Only a few, I think there's 8 in total. Yeah, 8 in total, that's all there is, 8. And they're the little ones. But I wanted to share them now because we're at Birmingham on Saturday and I want to use one of them in the, well, a couple of them in our make and take. So if you're coming to Birmingham on Saturday, these are the stamps, well, some of these stamps you'll be using on our make and take on Saturday. So they have got a bit of an Easter theme as well, because it is only around the corner. Evening, Susie. So yeah, Easter theme and only a couple to share. Should we have a look at them? I'm quite excited about them because I've enjoyed playing with, I've done it again, I've not set that one up, there we go. I have enjoyed playing with these, especially, well, you'll see which is my favourite. I'll let you guess actually which is my favourite. So we'll have a quick look. Let me get the right one. There we go, I did. So here you go. First up we've got a couple of little mini ones. We've got Happy Spring, again, it's quite a decent size little saying. So, you know, these are our £3 ones. Nice little Happy Spring saying. You don't always want to put Easter on there because it might just be a spring card. We then got Happy Easter. Yep. If I turn that over you can see that size again. And then I know how much you like your verticals. So I have done Happy Easter as a vertical. It's super teeny tiny on the packaging. There you go. I didn't look at that, did I, before I checked it? But if I turn it around you can see about the length of my thumb. So it is a nice size. There you go. And then these are our doodle ones. So we have got what I'm calling the floral egg. You can see a nice big egg on there, filled, packed full of spring flowers. Evening Mum, evening Linda. But you can see if I put my hand next to it, it is a really good size stamp. Let's move that back a little bit. There we go. I'm having to stretch. There you go. So you can see we have got a really nice size stamp there. Works really well on your 6-inch cards, 5x7s. Even looks pretty good on the bigger size. I think the biggest one I've done is a 7-inch, but it still fills the card nicely. So we've got our flower, our floral egg even. You know, I do like my corner builders. So we have some Happy Easter and Easter Greetings corner builders there for you. So you know how these work. Go across the top of your card and then down the side to create a nice little frame. And then this is the one that we're going to be working on Saturday. I nearly said Sunday. Saturday at Birmingham. So we had our, it's here actually, oh no, it's only some of it, our mini border stamps in our monthly make last month, and I absolutely loved working with them. So I decided we needed a floral version. Yep, because that was all industrial. This is our floral. You can see we've got our lovely little Stella in there. And then we've got these circles for our background. So you've got a big one and a little one. And then what I've done as well is taken this bigger flower head out and just done it separate. Because if you're going to cut any of the flowers out, it's going to be that one, isn't it? So if I turn that over, again, you can see that floral one is a good size. Will fit on your 6x6s nice and easy. That's that one. That's the one we'll be working with on Saturday. And then I've got 2 of our My Faith stamps as well. So we have got, let me see, this one's our Easter Greetings. So you can see these are like 2-part stamps. So we've got Rejoice, and then let the hearts of those who seek the Lord rejoice. So you've got the 2 parts, so outside of your card, inside the card, or on the outside if you wanted to. So they're like 2 parts. You've got Easter wishes, Easter blessings, and then some more sayings on that one. And then on this one it is smaller quotes. Now a lot of you tell me you prefer smaller quotes. I normally go for big sentiments because then I don't have to do much in the background, but you have asked for smaller ones, so that's what I've done on here. So this is all this is Easter quotes, I think this one's called. Evening Nicola. And so you can see you've got some lovely ones in there for your journaling as well. So there you go, really quick recap. We've got 2 new My Faith stamps, then we have our 2 new doodle stamps, so our floral borders and our floral egg. I have got a favourite, but I'm not going to tell you which one it is. And then we've got our Easter corner builders, because they're just so wonderful to work with. And then we have our 3 Easter little sayings. Don't really mean much in the packaging, do they? So shall we have a look at a couple of samples? There we go, I'm going to put them somewhere safe. She says, and they go to slide off a desk straight away. Not working tonight, is it? Let's stem them up before they leak on my desk. So I have got a couple of samples for you here. So there you go, there's our first one. We have our Easter corner builders there, and then we have our floral mini border. And you can just see I put those circles in the background. Really easy, plonk your circles on and then put that floral one on top. So easy to use, and I've used a Happy Easter on that one. And then you can see I've been going splatty crazy at the moment. So here's a splatty egg for you, like we did on Monday night. Yep, so I've just used white embossing powder for my egg, and then used Happy Spring on there and just cut out one of the flowers. I think it was that one, from the egg to cut round. We have also got the teeny tiny little flowers, which I think was in a monthly make not too long ago, which are these flowers. They were teeny tiny, about that big. Can't remember what month they were in, but it all works together. There's that one. And we've got one of Mum's. So again, you can see, there you go, try and make it straight. You've got your floral border there, and then you've got these lovely circles, and then she's used a smaller circle. So on the set, I'm bringing a different stamp set with me there. So on the stamp set, you can see you get the circles in a bigger size and then a smaller one. So she's used the bigger ones in the black, and then the blue brusho ones is that smaller size on that one. So there's that one. And then really simple, can't get much simpler than that. A dash of brusho, not brusho, Distress Oxide, then our circles over the top, and then finally our floral border. And if you look, I've done 3 layers on there, cutting it out. I know, that's a lot for me. So it's got some lovely depth. There's that one. Mum's done one of the eggs, and she's wrapped it all up like a little parcel. Looks like it's a little bouquet of eggs. There's that one. You can see the egg does fill those cards really, really easily. And there's a 5x7 with that egg on. So literally stamped and embossed the egg and our sentiment, and then just coloured in using pencil crayons. And I've even found some gems. I know, gems on there. So we've got that one. And then the next one, you can see that beautiful vertical saying on there, perfect fit on this card. Circles in background, floral over at top, and then just colour them in. Really is that simple using that stamp set. So I think that's the bigger one out the set, the circles behind. It just gives you your texture and then your detail over at top. And then, like I say, handy little vertical saying there. There's that one. Then another little egg one. Gone a bit colour crazy on this one. So we've got our background, which I don't know if you can quite see, but it has got the egg in the background because it's got all these lovely little flowers. And then literally just the egg stamped on there. I think this is a 7-inch one. So you can see the egg stamped on there and then coloured in using exactly the same brushos. So I've not added any more, not brushos, Distress Oxides. I've got brushos on the brain tonight. I do apologise. Distress Oxides, coloured it in using our Distress Oxides, so we've got no extra colour on there. It's the yellow and the pink. That one. And then, oops, I only brought about 3 with me then. We've got another of Mum's, so she's used her big Happy Easter up in the top, and a floral border down the side. And again, if you can see in the background, she's got stamping with a brusho. Done a really like splatty background, and then just some stamping with that single flower head that you get with your mini flower border. So there's that one. And then I've done a bit of a mishmash on this one. Oops. There we go. We have got our circles with our mini flower border over the top. we've got our egg, we've got our vertical saying on this one. So we've got a bit of everything, haven't we, on that one? Hi Chris. Yay, we're going to be here on a, well, I'm going to try and do more Wednesdays. I promise. We are going to be here more on a Wednesday. Just playing and having fun. So, that one. Yep. Egg, border, sentiment. You can see how they all kind of work together, because I do try and make it so it matches. So if you've got Stella, that'll work with that egg as well. If you've got the small, it's bugging me now, I can't remember what month they were, but the smaller ones, flower heads, they'll work with that egg as well. So I do try and pull it all through so it all works together really neatly. So everything matches basically. Good evening, Jack from Israel. Good to see you. We don't see you that often. Good to see you. I think it's time difference though, isn't it? So that's that one. We then get our Easter greetings. Mum's done a cracked egg on that one. And then she's used her Easter corner builders on to, yeah. So it looks like it's jumping out the egg. That's the one I'm looking for. I tell you, after 8 o'clock, I'm losing my words, aren't I? So that is our Easter ones. So we've got our eggs and our floral border. That is what we're working with on Saturday if you come into Birmingham. I know I keep saying that, but yeah. I wasn't going to release these till next week, and then, well, because I want to play with them at Birmingham, we had to release them this week. Because it wasn't fair to take them to Birmingham and then you guys not see them first. There we go, so that's those ones. And then I've just got a couple using those two new My Faith stamps. So I've been getting a bit artistic, I think is the word, with my Brusho. So I've just painted a background there using the Brusho Dead Easy background, and then used one of the sayings from the quote set. Yeah, that's off the quote set, that one. It's really easy to do. I was dead impressed with myself for that. And then I have done really simple little polyplate cross, and then used one off the, it's off the Easter quotes as well. Yeah, off the Easter quotes as well, that one. You can see really easy to put together these ones. I then teamed up the Easter greetings ones with the floral branch. That's the monthly make as well. There you go. Jack says he's 2 hours ahead over in Israel. There you go. So it's super light over there. And then oh no, one more. I got a bit carried away with my patterned papers. I've decided this year is the year I am using all my pattern papers up. So that's what I'm doing. Literally, I've just used Easter wishes on there, but you can see just using those pattern papers, dead easy. And then again, I got painting. I've been painting a lot this week, well, the last couple of weeks. Just did myself a little flower. I'm not quite sure what flower it's meant to be. And then I've just got, you can see those two-part sayings. So I've got the rejoice, and then the rest of the saying stamped underneath it. You could, if you wanted to, put rejoice on the outside and then the rest on the inside. That's totally up to you. So there you go. That is all our newbies for today. We've got our lovely new My Faith stamps with some extra painting. I'll whip through these really quick, just like that. Really simple to use. There's that one. And then we have that lovely egg and our floral border. We've got our cracked egg, our big egg, that little floral border. You can see on there, you really don't need much with that little floral border, do you? It's literally floral border, sentiment, and it's done. A big egg. Floral border again. A lovely egg. Our wrapped up egg. Floral borders. Again, really do like that one. I think it's the colour on it. A bit of a splatty egg. Evening Maxine. And then just our corners with our floral border again. So there you go. And that's it. Those are all our newbies. So let me pop them somewhere safe. Let me see if they'll fit in there. Because otherwise they're going to go flying, aren't they? There you go. Half of them fit in there. I just realised you couldn't see what I was doing then, could I? Never mind. So, should we have a bit of a play? I'm going to put them back nice and safe, because I actually know where my stamps are for a change. I've been a really good girl. And I've been keeping them in their own little bags as I've been crafting. So, which should we look at? Should we do an egg, or should we do that border? Evening, Rachel. I think... Which one? Should we do the egg or the border? Choices. Choices, choices. I'm going to put them sentiments down there because I don't need them for the moment. Ooh, choices. And I'm going to use, because I've cut it out already, a little 6-inch card as well. The border. Nice choice, Maxine. There we go. Just realised I've gone croaky. So I've got a little 6x6 with a mat on there. These are super, super easy to use. I am being a good girl and putting all my stamps away, trying to keep them all organised for once. I know, it won't last for long, but we can try. So, what should we do first? We're going to go bright and colourful, I think. So I'm going to have a bit of, I want that bright yellow. So I'm just going to grab some inks. Oops. Yes, I sent everything flying again. Wouldn't be, I was going to say it wouldn't be a Monday night without me throwing my inks around. Jack says border too, there we go. You're all on the same wavelength tonight. I keep going pink. I've not opened Villainous Potion yet. Maybe time to play with him tonight. What do you think? Can't find me bright yellow. I'm going to have to turn around and get it. Ooh, there we go. I can see them properly now. I was just being lazy. So, I'm going through the ink, sorry. I didn't even think to pull them out before we started. Squeaky chair time again as well. Right, let's go to that one. One of these days I'll go to the right colour at the right time. So I want a bit of peeled paint, I think. And I'm gonna, ooh, I think I'm gonna use peacock feathers. And I want my yellow, but it's not here. Where has he gone? It will be looking at me. Tell you what, we're gonna change it up. We're gonna go for that one instead. And I think we might try Villainous Potion. Though that does look a bit Halloweeny, doesn't it? You know what? I'm going to go with my favourites. There we go. Keep changing my mind. That's not a good thing, is it? Oh, hang on. Did I find my yellow? Nope. There it is. There we go. I used to be really indecisive, and now I'm no better. Right, there we go. I'm going to go for blue, turquoise and a bit of peeled paint in there. No, blue and yellow even. A bit of turquoise and yellow. I do like turquoise and yellow. It really does make a really nice combo. But now I've just thought I might actually want to do something else as well on it. Okay. I know I want my yellow in the background on my borders. Right. I'm with it now. I know what I'm doing. Took me a bit to get going then, didn't it? I'm back. So, I am going to do it so that our... Don't know why I keep turning my piece of paper is square. I'm going to put our flower coming in. I'm going to oik it over that side. Very similar to what we've been doing with our mini borders, I think. So I'm going to do a bit of a splodge in the background to begin with, I think, in our yellow. So they're all two. Ooh, decisions. I'm going to do two. Reckless. I'm going to go for two tonight. So I do want that. That's about 4 times I've changed my mind, isn't it? So just splodging a little bit of yellow. And then I'm going to pop a little bit on here. Oops. I overspritz that white, which is why it's going everywhere. Not where I wanted it to go, but that's okay. We can recover. It's always fun when it doesn't quite go as you planned. Oh, that definitely didn't go as planned, but that's okay. So we've got our yellow. I'm just going to give that a quick dry with my heat gun. I was wanting like a little tiny bit. Yeah. No, did extra there, didn't I? It'll still work. Big blob there that doesn't want to dry. Give him a helping hand, shall we? There we go. Do you get impatient when it comes to things drying? Right, and I'm actually going to pop a little bit of our blue in the background as well. Not a lot, so I'm not going to put much on me doodad, my acetate. Oops. So I'll put my finger in it then. Not quite. Nearly, but not quite. There's that one. Don't want much, but I want it. I want you to see it, that it's there. And let's try and do something about this one that's running off. Did go a bit too far with that one, didn't I? I'm actually quite liking the. I didn't quite spritz it there, if you can see. So I've got the lines from my ink pad, and I'm getting a really nice distressed look behind it. There we go. Just need to get that dry again. Oops. Fingers and thumbs already. There we go, that's now dry. And then I'm going to take, get a bit of an uncurl, decided to do the curls on me. So I'm going to take my big one, I think. Grab that yellow. So again, I'm just going to stick to my same colours. I'm just going to stamp this one on. I'm going to go for a full one. It's just the same as we were doing with our borders the other week, our industrial borders. Just build up your layers. But this time we've got a floral theme. Floral theme. I'm going to do exactly the same again this way. Dink. Just like that. Turn that round. There we go. Get that yellow off my desk. And then I'm going to go to my smaller one. And this time I'm going to do it in the blue. So now lovely peacock feathers. There we go. Just didn't want to put ink on that bit there. Oops, I've missed the whole end off that, never mind. And we're just going to add a few little bits in here. Yep. Shouldn't it again, I've missed the end off. Must have something against that end. There we go. Just remember I'm using oxides, so you do need to clean your stamps as well. I know I didn't before. Right, I'm going to give this a dry because when we come to put our VersaFine Clair on top, it's going to argue. Yep, so if this is nice and dry, then the VersaFine Clair will stick a little bit better. I like it like that, it looks like bubbles, doesn't it? There we go, that should be dry enough. And then we're going to use our beautiful border. Make sure that's stuck on. And now, oh, I've got a pile of stamps and I've got all my black inks on top of it. Let's see if that one, yeah, that one's black. I won't disturb that pile. It's nicely stacked at the moment. There we go. We're just going to pop this one coming in. Oops. And I'm trying to make sure, I say it all the time, don't I? I'm trying to make sure those straight lines are somewhere in line with, I'm just going to move it that way a bit, the bottom of our card. The reason I moved it down then is because it's got those lovely blue circles. I thought, you know what, I want to see them. Because otherwise I'd be covering a lot of that up with my stamp. So it's giving it an extra press because we're on our oxides. Just like that. And it looks very busy at the moment. And everything's fighting, but it won't in a minute. There we go, just make sure I've inked it up well. I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. So I'm just going to pop it there. Make sure it's level-ish. There we go, just give it a good press. There's that one. Ooh. I've got the duck spray. So I was going to colour my flowers in blue, but I'm not going to. I think I want them to really pop. So I'm going to go with either a pink or purple. I think I might go for a bit of wilted violet. Or I might go plain. Ooh. Either way, I'm going to move that to one side. Not that I don't like it, I do like it. I just want my flowers to stick out a little bit more. So I've got a piece of scrap. I'm going to ink up my 3. I just realised there was an easier way to save card when I did that. Because it fits on that way. Now I could have gone and got my single out, and I will do in a minute because I want a single to go near our sentiment. I'm going to take that one off. You know what, I might actually do a couple of these. So pop that there. Ooh, that'll be too small. Might as well have that one. Nope, got 2 now. There we go. Oops. Right. I think I've got all bases covered there, haven't I? I can do a decoupage layer. And then I've got a couple to go around my sentiment. We'll stamp in a second. There we go. Nice clean desk again. If I keep telling myself that, one day it might be a clean desk. I'm going to give these a quick dry because we're going to go light touch. We are. I am going to use a bit of that purple and the wilted violet when I find it in a minute. And we're going to go really light touch with the colouring. Hardly any really. Because I do want the flowers to pop. There we go. Yeah, I thought my heat gun was going to plop off the wall there. There we go. Let's move that back over there so we know where it is in case we need another. So, a bit of purple. And a bit of a paintbrush. And then, to be fair, I want the tiniest amount of water because all I want to do is little flicks. Teeny tiny flicks. To be fair, dry brushing might do it as well. Teeny tiny flicks, nothing too much. And by keeping my, oh, that was a bit too much. By keeping my brush as dry as possible, just getting enough so the ink moves, the paint moves, you get those lovely brush marks. Whereas if you add too much water, you lose those brush marks. I don't know if you can quite hear, but my brush is that dry that you can hear it like dragging on the paper. which is exactly what I want it to do. Teeny tiny little brush strokes. I put loads of purple out there. I'm never going to use it all, I don't think. Famous last words. I might change my mind yet. So can you see there, I got a little bit too much water on my brush that time. So my lines aren't as neat and tidy. So I'm just flicking the paint, so they're not that neat and tidy anyway. You know what I mean. There we go. There's them two done. I'm just going to do the same with these guys. I could have masked it all off if I saw ahead, but actually this way it gives me a little bit of decoupage as well, doesn't it? There we go. We don't have to worry too much, so I'm going to do my base layer. Normally when I'm layering up like this, I'd always say make sure you add a bit of colour to the next flowers in the pile. However, on this one, because if you leave all that flower white, you'd see it, but in this case it is white, isn't it? Because we're only painting the centres. Yep. So on this one, and then finally, now for this one I could have used either the one by itself or this one. There we go. I keep going quiet, don't I? No way I needed all that purple. You know what? Too much ink there to waste. I'm going to do a bit of splatting, because it'd be rude to waste all that ink, wouldn't it? And then it brings our purple flowers to our background as well, so I'm going to try and concentrate them. Ooh, need a bit more water there. And just look a bit here, move that out of the way. You could see I was going to do that straight away, couldn't you? There we go. Not that that used a lot more paint, ink up. Pop that back up there. I do need to dry that though. There we go. Now I'm just going to do exactly the same with our little green leaves. I wasn't going to. I've decided I am. I'm going to do a total base layer on that first one. So I want my brush a bit drier than that. I'm just drying it out, and you can see how much water was left in there. Try and get it as dry as possible. Yep. Because I know my peel paint's quite a juicy one. As you can see, it moves really, really well. So I don't need to add any water for this one, I don't think. So it might prove me wrong. Likes to do that. Yeah, it did. There we go. And then, oh, that's my top layer. It's my bottom layer I want all my colour on. I've not left my leaves on. Whoops. Slight change of plan. There we go. Don't need the green again, do I? Nope. But I do need a bit of purple back. I've cut off on that one that was going to be my bottom layer, the leaf, because I didn't think before I did it. So I'm just going to add a little bit of purple. And we need a smidge, literally enough just to do that little flower again, because I wasn't thinking. So I've got my leaves on this one. Oops, too wet. I can tell already. Too wet. There we go. And then I just want a little bit of yellow for those middles. I'm going to go back to the same colour again. That lovely yellow. I really have fell in love with mustard seed over the past couple of months. It was one colour I never used, and then all of a sudden it's my one go-to colour if I want a really nice bright yellow. I needed to do that one, didn't I? I didn't think that through. Sorry. Need my purple back again. Me trying to rush and I didn't think. Okay, so let's just do this one super fast. I should have just coloured them all in and then chose from there. I can't be the only one that does that though. There we go. Right. All because I didn't check before I started colouring in which had the whole piece. And I changed my mind, to be fair. Right, let's put that back over there. I'm going to give these a quick dry, because I know I haven't used much water, but you never know, do you? That one, and then I'm just going to grab this one because it's still not dry, my little splatter marks. Always one. Come on, there it goes. I think I've got them all. Right, so oops, I'm going to move them to one side for a minute because we'll do them in a second when we come to do our board, our sentiment. So that's my top, that's my middle, and then this one's my bottom. So I'm going to cut out all of this one, including those lovely leaves, she says, and then nearly cuts one off. And I'm cutting right up to the line because I want it to be a nice flat layer, and it looks like I spent ages matting and layering, and I haven't. Not matting and layering, masking, and I haven't. And then on these, so this one's my bottom layer. Oh no, because I want my leaves as well. Ignore me, ignore me. I was about to make it totally complicated and I didn't need to. Normally, if I was decoupaging up, I'll explain why I said no. Normally, if I'm decoupaging it up, I would cut, oh dear. Just chuffed that one up a little bit. I would cut the lower level layers on the inside or in the middle of that line. Yep. So when you're layering up, you don't quite see the edges as much. But on this one, because I want my leaves off everyone, I need to keep it. So it wouldn't help in this situation. There we go. Right, I need to go back and fix that bit though. There we go. So this is the stamp set. I know I keep saying it. This is the one we'll be using on Saturday if you come into Motorcycle Museum. And I'll have the industrial one as well, because they're just so easy and so fun to use, these little border ones. So it's just taking me a bit to cut this one out. I'll get quicker. There we go, right. So you can see, oh, I've only done one. Oh, you get the idea. There we go. So you can see, I've just realised I should have done two, because I've done two on my page, haven't I? Silly Billy. You're allowed to say it, you're allowed to laugh. Oh well. That was me thinking I've been really good. We all have an off day, don't we? So again, I'm just cutting around this one. Not worrying too much about this top flower because it gets another layer above it. Just make sure I'm inside the lines a bit. Just like that. There we go. That's going to go on there like so. And can you see, because it's got that white on it, it's really standing out, isn't it? It's really jumping to the front. We could have done the same if we'd have coloured it in with like our charcoal pencil. We've done that before. That would have looked nice. Oops. Yes, I did nearly chop a flower off then. Whole petal nearly was lost. I was trying to do it quick. I took the petal with me. There we go. As you can see, we have 3 lovely layers of decoupage there. I am going to stick that bottom layer down flat, I think. So I only did 1 layer, didn't I? You can see how much it's standing out, can't you? Because if we'd have just coloured this in, we'd have had all that colour mixing and it just wouldn't have stood out as much. So because we've got that white, it's really making it pop. Now I'm going to cheat this time because, well, I forgot. I'm going to use one of the ones we've already done, and then I'm just going to stamp one. Sorry, I really didn't think that bit through, did I? So I'm going to do exactly the same again, but I'm only going to do 2 layers, and we've already got one of them coloured in. Make sure I get all my bits on it as well. Just like that. We have to have disaster cards every now and again. When I really wasn't thinking what I was doing. So I'm going to colour all of these in, apart from the top layer. Oh, too wet. Oops. I really need to find a different word to oops, because it gives away when I make a mistake. There's that one. I thought I'd just knocked everything on the floor then. Got the whoopsies and the dropsies again. Oh, not quite coloured that in. Inked that up as well. What I am going to do, it's going to bug me. On this one I didn't put a bit of green, and I thought I'd get away with it and I didn't mention it. But now I've coloured it in because, well, we've got our green back out. Oops. See, I'm at it again. Whoops, whoops. Right. There we go. So, we're back to where we were, aren't we? So let's get this one cut out. I might go in with a gel pen in a minute because I've just, if you can see, I've just not quite inked the end of this one up. I might go in with a black gel pen in a second. Just sort him out. We need some gel pen action as well because we've not done any gel pen yet on our little dots. I'm just going to go quickly around this. I'll try not to take bits off it this time. I redesigned the flower on the last one, so. There we go. Just all those little bits that we need to go around. Ooh, squeaky chair. Sticky scissors too. There we go. You've all gone very quiet on me tonight. I bet you just sat there laughing, aren't you? Yeah, she didn't think that through. No, I didn't. I think it's good though sometimes when it goes wrong, because it does make you think and try something you wouldn't have normally done. So I try my best never to stop on a project. It's one of them, if I start it, I am going to finish it, no matter how bad it looks, because when it goes wrong, you normally learn more. Even if it's just never do that again, you've still learnt something, haven't you? Right, there we go. So that's going to go on there like nope, like that. I had a kind of nope then. There we go. And then I'm going to cheat, I'm going to use one of these flowers that we're going to use around our sentiment. So I'm just going to put one around our sentiment. You can see how well it all just lines up. Oops. It's stuck on my scissors again. I took a petal off again. I've got something about petals tonight. Obviously don't want to keep them on my flower. There we go. Right, so we are back. We are back to where we were. Let me put my scissors somewhere safe. There. Right, as you can see, this is all going to come together really nicely. That's going to go there. I've not done the yellow in the middle. That goes that way, sorry. See, it fits beautifully in there. That's going to go there like that. We need a bit of a gel pen. See, we're back on track now. I'm almost smiling about it. We've got dots and dashes in here, so we're just going to pop a little bit on our wands. Making sure I knew where my glue was. It's right next to me. That was going to be my next disaster. Can I find my glue? Not always. Move them apart so I don't mix them up. Not that it matters, they'll all fit. There we go, just pop a few little dots and dashes. And what will look nice as well is a little bit of, there it is, a little bit of glossy accents on them too. Just give them a little bit more texture. Oh, I shouldn't have shook that. I'm going to regret that, aren't I? Yep, totally regretting that. So if I do all this now, it'll sit underneath my flowers. Come on. Yay, there it goes. I'm just going to add little dots to my dots. Oh, I thought it had gone then. There we go. Now it's working. She says, "Hi Noala." I know, it's taken me forever because I made a few little whoopsie-oopsies on this one. Everyone's sick of me dulcet tones going, oh, it's gone wrong. Because it has many times gone wrong, this one. I didn't think it through. Let's just say mistakes were made. So I'm just doing my little dots. Because I do think it just adds that little bit of texture, a little bit more interest to it. Let's try and get the air bubbles out of that I've just created. Silly me. Didn't mean to do that at all. There we go. And then I'm just going to pop some glue on here. Because we're going to come and splat one of these on it straight away. There we go. Just make sure all the bits are pointing downwards. Just like that. I'm going to line him up. Boom, boom, boom. It's going to go with a nice flat layer. And already that's starting to jump off the page, isn't it? Looks like it's not been coloured. It has. There is purple in there. You saw me do it. It was one of the bits I semi-got right. We're just adding bits and bits in there. Dink, 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 dink. Leave it on its side so it doesn't give it any chance to roll back. There we go, I've just put my finger in some glossy accents. I told you. It's a card of many whoopsies. There we go, right. And then, don't know where my glossy accents are. Whatchamacallit is. So I'm going to put some glue on that one, a teeny tiny bit in the middle, my foam pads, and all I've done on that one is I've just, well, you can see I've just raised those little edges up, done it again on my flowers just to give it a little bit of movement. Put that one down there, and I'm going to grab the top layer again. I'm just going to just flick them up, nothing too much. So this is one I've done kind of right. We'll pop that on there. You can see that beautiful fit on there. There we go. And then down here we've only got the 2 layers because I forgot. Just like that. Put my pin back in my glue before I do any more damage. I'm just flicking those edges up. So I only got 2 layers on this one, but you get the idea. It's that way, isn't it? It's easier with this one when you're lining up that one by itself. There's a thin side and a fat side to the centre of the flower. That's the easiest way to line it up, I've found. So now we just want a little sentiment on there, don't we? Because that's going to go on there, like so. Yep. And then we're going to grab one of our sentiments. So I think we're going to have Happy Spring. I do like that one. Happy Spring. Let's get another piece of scrap. It's been alright one for using up my scrap tonight, hasn't it? Put that down there. A bit of Happy Spring. Is it going to fit that way? No. That'd be too easy, wouldn't it? Is that the one I've been using? Maybe. We'll find out. There we go. Pop that on there. So my Happy has got nearly a straight line on it, so that's the one I'm lining up to. Because my spring's off at an angle, it's sprung off. There we go. Just whack this with a heat gun before I smudge it all in my guillotine. Oops. There we go. Oops. And a little bit of acetate everywhere. I'm going to put that on there. I'm leaving it quite a nice big border so that way you can do a little bit of doodling on it. There we go. And try to see if I can see a little bit of purple to back that on. Is that too purple, do you think? That should work quite well, shouldn't it? Right. I'll have a little bit of that one. I'm going to rough cut it because I know that won't fit in my guillotine. Pull them back. There we go. I spent ages the other day looking for my scissors, high and low for them, and I just couldn't find them anywhere. So I'm trying to make an effort of always putting them back in the tub, because it shouldn't have taken me that long to find my scissors. And they were underneath the pile I was working on. Oops. Like literally right next to me. Don't know what it is about this purple card. Whenever I cut with a cutter, it kind of chuffs up in your cutter. There we go. It's very fibrous. Right, so we've got our happy little spring. Because it is just round the corner, isn't it, spring? It is. Don't let the frost say any different. It is just just around that corner. Just like that. Just like that. Right, and then I'm going to pop this on here. I'm going to be a good girl. Let's stick this down while we're going. I haven't got my foam pad, so we won't stick it on properly. But if them two bits are stuck together, then I'm less likely to lose them, aren't I? So that's going to go somewhere like that. And then finally, all I'm going to do, because can you see, because we cut these out, we've got our little tail ends of those leaves and petals just hanging over the edge, which I think's kind of cute. And then I'm just going to cut one of them out. I know I've done loads of cutting out tonight, I am sorry. Next week we'll have to do something completely different. We'll have to either do a journal page or a bit of maybe a canvas. Because we've not done canvas in ages, have we? Could be nice to have a canvas, couldn't it? Oh, thanks, Noelle. It has been multitude of whoopsies. Absolute multitude. It's been a good giggle though. How many times can I get it wrong? There we go. Right, I've got that one cut out. I've left a little bit of a border around this one because he's going to go right up in that corner. You're just being kind now, Rachel. But we're going to be playing with these on Saturday at Motorcycle Museum. It's going to bug me. I need a little... I've not done a yellow centre, so sorry. Told you. Away with the fairies tonight. Absolutely away with the fairies. Done absolutely nothing right. But we got there. So, there you go. That is our new mini floral border. And if I hadn't messed it up, it really is as easy to use as our industrial one that we had the other week. You just literally layer up your stamps and go for it. Different colours. Oh, I've just made a bigger mess there. Yeah, I'm going to stop whilst I'm ahead. I'm just going to leave that there. Thanks, Jack. So yeah, it's exactly like those mini borders we had in our monthly make last month. I loved working with them. You probably noticed I really did enjoy using them. So I wanted to do something a bit more floral, and that's that stamp set. So quick recap: what we've got new. We've got our Happy Spring, which we've just used. We have Happy Easter, our Happy Easter vertical, because always useful, aren't they, having a vertical one. It's not that small, it's a bit bigger. Our mini flower borders. That is what we're going to be using on Saturday if you are coming along to Birmingham. We've got our Easter corner borders, because I know you're loving your corner borders. I do like them. Our Easter egg. Oh, there we go. And then we have our two new My Faiths ones as well. So we've got our Easter greetings. I'm going to get these the wrong way around. So Easter greetings, and we've got our Easter quotes, small though, because they are really, really small. So there you go. Let's get them all. There we go. All in order again. Yeah. How cool's that though? A little bit of oxide and just layer up those stamps. Does look really cool, doesn't it, actually? Eventually, when I got there. Never mind. It just goes to prove you just got to keep going, and then eventually it turns out in the end. So that is it from me tonight. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for bearing with me, because yeah, I didn't think that one through, did I, at all? But I hope you enjoyed it and had a bit of a laugh, because, well, yeah, didn't think it through. And those are our new stamps. So we have those new, what is it, 8 stamps. They are now live on the website as well. So yeah, if you're coming to Birmingham, that's what we'll be using, and that's really why I released them today. It is. So we'll be back. If I don't see you in Birmingham, we'll be back on Monday for Monthly Night Monday, and then we will be back on Wednesday again next week. Can't decide. Should we do a canvas or journal page next week? You'll have to decide. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, either one. We'll have a decision. We'll have to decide next Wednesday whether we're going to do canvas or a journal page. We'll see. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed that. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.